If you look at your life and see unfinished things everywhere, a guitar collecting dust in the corner, a half-built website, baking tools you used twice, books you were obsessed with for 1 month, and now a sudden desire to learn jujitsu, you probably feel a very specific kind of shame. It's not loud shame. It's quiet. It shows up late at night when you wonder why you can't just be like everyone else. Society has a word for people like you. They call you unfocused, chaotic, undisciplined. They say you lack grit. They say you never finish what you start. And slowly you start believing them. You feel like an imposter because you can't choose one path and stay on it forever. You've probably heard the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none, and you've used it against yourself. But almost no one remembers the rest of the sentence. The full quote says, "A jack of all trades is a master of none, but often better than a master of one." Psychology suggests that this scattered feeling is not a defect. It's not a personality flaw. It's a signal. You are not failing to specialize. Your brain is adapting. You are slowly building a rare mental structure known as the M-shaped mind. While the world tells you to narrow down, your nervous system is preparing you for a future where narrow thinking is actually dangerous. Before we go deeper, comment below and tell me where you're watching from. And if you enjoy deep psychology like this, check out the newsletter linked in the description after the video. To understand why this feeling causes so much anxiety, we have to look at the lie you were taught. For most of the last century, the world rewarded specialists. It was a simple system. Pick one thing, do it for 10,000 hours, become the best, and you win. This kind of world is called a stable environment. Like golf, the rules don't change. Practice the same swing and improvement is guaranteed. But your brain knows something important. You don't live in that world anymore. The modern world is unstable. Industries disappear. Skills expire. Technology replaces jobs overnight. Psychology calls this a wicked environment. In a wicked environment, specialists are fragile. If their industry changes, they struggle. And this is why your mind behaves differently. This is why you drift. 1 year, you're obsessed with electrical wiring or HVAC systems. The next year, you're deep into yoga, weightlifting, or DJ music. To other people, this looks chaotic. They might say, just pick something. But what you're really doing is gathering information from many worlds. And this is where your real strength begins. Psychology calls this ability-far transfer. Specialists rely on near transfer. They solve problems they've already seen before using the same tools again and again. You work differently. You use far transfer. You take ideas from one field and apply them to a completely different one. Think about a web developer who used to be a farmer or a beekeeper. On paper, those skills seem unrelated, but farming teaches patience, systems, cycles, and growth. So when that person writes code, they don't just build software, they build ecosystems. That's something a pure specialist might never understand. That is innovation. You feel like an imposter because you're not the best at one thing, but your value is not depth alone. Your value is connection. You connect ideas that others can't even see. Still, understanding this intellectually doesn't remove the pain. You look around and see people your age becoming senior engineers, managers, or executives, and you feel behind. You feel like you're still at the starting line. This happens because you misunderstand the shape of your own potential. You are not T-shaped with one main specialty. You are M-shaped. An M-shaped person has multiple pillars of depth connected by curiosity. But here's the trap. You cannot build all pillars at once. If you try to learn data science, start a business, and write a novel in the same month, you burn out. People who succeed with this mind understand seasons. Life is not a straight line. It's a series of construction phases. One season, you go deep into music. Another season, you focus on programming. You didn't quit the first thing. You completed that phase. I once read about a 53-year-old man who finally found peace with this. choice. He realized he didn't need to choose between art and programming. Programming paid the bills. Music, philosophy, and game design lived in the evenings and weekends. He turned down high-pressure roles to protect his energy. He worked fewer hours and let his interests exist side by side. Over time, everything merged into his own personal game projects. That is the M-shaped mind working correctly. There is one final trait you have that makes you more resilient than you realize. It comes from evolutionary biology. It's called redundancy. In nature, redundancy is not waste, it's protection. Elephants rarely get cancer because they have multiple